welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy the content. Today is just a bit about me making some ginger biscuits, homemade ginger biscuits or cookies in America. And I'm going to go to a party on Friday. It's a celebration of Halloween, and the person who's hosting the party is the queen of all parties. She decorates her house so wonderfully every Halloween that it stops the traffic. So I'm going to go and see that on Friday. So that's why I'm going to put this video out later on Sunday so that we can edit that in. But before I go and show you those biscuits that I've made, I was looking through my 1001 Ways to be Creative by Barbara and Kipfer. Sometimes I have a read of this little book. And 832 on page 265 says, "Remember that it can take decades for oak trees to produce acorns. There are many people who do not blossom until middle age or later. Keep trying. Keep trying, Jojo. You're 60 in 8 weeks. I've always said I was a late starter on everything. And it's never bothered me in that sense. I used to really panic in my 20s. Everybody's got a degree. Everybody's doing this. They've got kids, 3 kids. They've got da-da-da. It doesn't matter, does it? It just doesn't matter. You blossom in your own time. And another one I thought was quite good here was it says, sketch a scene at 8 a.m. Return 12 hours later and sketch it again. Well, at 8 o'clock this morning I was shouting, "Have you got your sandwiches?" to my son before he got in the car. And when he got in the car he was carrying other things. And I realised when I was in a local shop that he hadn't got his lunch. So it was only leftover chicken from yesterday, so I went and got him a soup, a spicy chilli and pumpkin soup from the shop, and dropped it off to his workplace, which he was pleased about. But if I was to draw that, I'd be going, "Don't forget your sandwiches," and then me carrying a pot of soup would be in the sketch. Quite interesting, isn't it, how if you think back to that time, and if your view of that time has changed. Because I always think we all see a different scene, don't we? If 10 people were lined up, we'd all tell a different story about the scene we've seen. So, very interesting indeed. What does it say on the back of this book? Write a sonnet. I don't feel like doing that. Watch a bud open. Start an inventor's notebook. Lose your fear of being wrong. And sketch your future. And I'll catch you when I've been to that Halloween party. What have we got today? Well, I had a busy weekend with my son's band. He had 2 different people staying over. So I was catching up from that Monday, washing, you wouldn't believe, turning around of beds, cooking for them all weekend, which is nice to have them, but I find it exhausting. My son goes, "Mom, they don't mind where they sleep." I said, "They're driving a long way, David, you know, you've got to look after people how you would want to be treated yourself." But he seems to think, you know, they're shocked. "Do you eat like this every day?" I said, and he said, "No, only when you come." I don't know what he's on about. He doesn't eat like that every day properly, if he's here, if he's not working. But anyway, so catching up with that, then I've tried to have an electrician come round to quote for changing all my light switches. Now I've been in this house 27 years and I've never liked the plastic light switches on the wall, and I thought, well, I know I'm able to pay for it, so I sort of went ahead and went round the house thinking that's a 2-way switch, that's a 1 switch, that's a 3 switch. And I went and bought some from a local shop called Tool Station. I bought 3 sets and my husband opened them up. I said, "Why have you opened them?" Because they should have gone back because I didn't like them. So that's a waste, isn't it? Because they won't accept them back with an open packet. So that aside, I get an electrician in. I said, "These are the ones I really want. I don't want screws either side of the fittings. I want an old-fashioned toggle switch. And I think they'll suit the house in an antique brass." So he's come round, he said, "Yeah, it can be done." And I then tried to order these switches last night from Screwfix because Tool Station didn't have them, and all but 3 were in, so I've now had to get some off Amazon. So hopefully these switches will be here tomorrow. Not sure when the electrician can fit them, and he's also going to fit this lampshade to the haul. It's only 12 quid, the lampshade from Dunelm. This is it. It's called the Galley Lamp. Easy fit pendant. Now you have to have some kind of fitting, so we've organised a fitting to go through. I organised it. I ordered something called a Knightsbridge fitting. And interestingly, my switches are called Knightsbridge, the old toggle switches. And a few weeks ago I was talking about my light bulbs that I changed. These are the make, Pifco, in case anybody's interested. Called Daylight. Yeah, they're the ones. LED GLS bulbs. So hopefully that'll go in that one. So that's that one. Just put this back. I'm back. And today I thought, because it's raining and horrible, I'm still not going into Birmingham on a wet drizzly day, I will make some of Mary Berry's, love to cook, the best ginger biscuits, she says. And she says, what do you need for these? Right, make 16 biscuits. She says, you know your favourite crisp, thick, Moorish ginger biscuit? Well, this is it. Restraint is needed to keep the lid on the tin. And you need 50 grams of butter, or 2 ounces, 1 level tablespoon of golden syrup, 175 grams of self-raising flour, or 6 ounces, a level tablespoon of ground ginger, 75 grams of crystallised ginger, finely chopped. Well, I haven't got the dry crystallised ginger, but I have got stem ginger. So that's what I'm going to use. That's always in a syrup, like a jam. A teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 50 grams or 2 ounces of demerara sugar, 50 grams or 2 ounces of light muscovado. So I've got my demerara and muscovado. I think this looks like a dark muscovado though. But hey, they'll be darker than hers. Keep it well in an airtight tin for 5 days, and they freeze well. And if you do freeze them, refresh in a low oven once defrosted. So I have to preheat the oven to 160 or 140 fan, so I'll do it on 140 fan, and I'll line 2 baking sheets and carry on. So do watch if you feel like it. How do you make ginger biscuits? I haven't made biscuits for ages. I used to do oaty biscuits, which meant grinding down lots of oats in a blender. They were delicious, but a bit of a faff. But I used to put them in a heart shape and dip half of them in dark chocolate, and they did look lovely. So they're the only biscuits I tend to make. I have done in the past. Oh, and jammy ones, like yeah, a plain vanilla type biscuit with jam, but they were like more of a doughy cookie rather than a snapping biscuit. So I'm going to get on with these, and today's Wednesday. Thursday I've got to get my switches, my light switches, and speak to the electrician. I don't know when he's going to be able to fit them. I'll show you when the whole thing is done. It'll take a whole day to do, because there's 16 light switches I want him to change. Anyway, that's that. On Friday evening, I've been invited to a friend's house. She is unbelievable. I did it last year for Halloween. I showed you a little bit outside her house. She's known by the ambulance service, who use her house as a marker if they're trying to explain to people where to go, because outside is unbelievably decorated. It's a main road. She has the best decorations. She's got some kind of barn area where I think she can keep them, and she just keeps adding to it. And this year she's got a 7-foot monster. I shall try and attach it to show you outside the house. Where she gets these things from, I do not know, but she is party queen of all party queens, and she's going to have a pizza party, and we're going to go and see what's what on Friday, so I shall show you that. So this video will probably go out Sunday for that, so that I can capture it. But apart from that, I hope you're all right. Let me know what biscuits you make, if you make them, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Now all I have to do is ball up this mixture into about 16 balls, spaced apart, and then flatten them slightly. Put them in the oven for 25 minutes. So we'll see how they get on, how we get on. I think I need a bigger pan, a bigger sheet pan, baking tray, and to add more mixture into the biscuits because I've got plenty left over, so I'm going to add it on. Not sure if they look a bit dry, but I've spread them over a few tins. I would normally feel that biscuits is more, biscuit dough is more moist, but hey, we'll have a look. We'll put them in anyway. Now for the clear up operation. Here's the biscuits. I left them in for 20 minutes, so she says approximately 25. They're a slightly darker colour because I put dark muscovado and not light. But they look like a biscuit. So when they're cool in a few minutes, I put them on the rack to dry out. She says leave 5 or 6 minutes for a few minutes, put them on the rack, and then let them crunch up. Da 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 da! The best ginger biscuits. Boys. Boys.
Yeah, we should crank them then. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you're actually in it. Dylan's in criminal offence.
Can I remind you of your trainer, Joe?
He's packing off. He's packing
right now. Yeah.
Okay. These are the band members. Hello, Christian.
Hello.
Joe.
Hello.
And David.
The bad one.
Look at this mess. It was all tidy before. What's going on?
This is how we live.
My sister and I are going off to a Halloween party to the house that I was talking about. So my witch's hat, a little bit bent, sparkly dress, little fur, and my goggly eyes. Are you going anywhere? Isn't this just incredible? She is quite the party queen, as I say. Let's go and see what's over here. This is Deb, my sister, on the right. Oh, and this is Bianca.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, fantastic. I've met my match. Children come from far and wide and she just gives them chocolates. Families just stop. This is the lady I was talking about.
The one, the
One and only. Well done. Look at all these chocolates she gives out. She's so generous. You are the Willy Wonka of the world. Incredible.